If the price is too high, it's not worth the price, you got to walk away. And you wait for the great Wall Street sale. You got to wait for the great Black Friday sale, and you go and you buy at a huge discount. The same thing happens in the stock market. The only way to make money in the stock market is to buy a company when the stock is undervalued, when the stock price is selling way below the intrinsic value of the company. And I'll show you how I calculate the valuation of a company in a short while. Now, at the same time, you must also enter only when the price has upward momentum, when you see a new uptrend in the stock. Because mistake people make is they buy a great company when it's cheap. But guess what? Cheap gets cheaper, low gets lower, and it keeps going down because the market's bearish. Right? You suck your thumb for a couple of months, couple of years. You don't want to do that. You want to buy only when there's value and momentum. So you combine fundamentals with technicals, and that's what I do. Finally, step 4, you must learn exactly when to sell. Many people may know what to buy, when to buy, they don't know when to sell, all right? And they can't maximize their profits. There are 2 instances when you sell a stock. Number 1, when the fundamentals deteriorate. In other words, the company is no longer as good as it was. Companies don't remain good forever. Nokia was a good company. General Electric was a good company. Kraft Heinz was a good company. They aren't good companies anymore, right? So the moment it's not a good company, you got to get out. So I'm going to teach you my early warning system, my early warning signal that the moment I see the company is not doing as well, you got to sell, get out before everyone else.
In my view, option buying is just like a gambling, and option selling is like running a casino. So let me explain. If somebody bought 11,000 put option, he feels strongly that market will go below 11,000. Okay. Now the market is trading around 11,400. If market goes up, he will lose the money. Market neither goes up nor comes down, still he will lose the money. Even if the market comes down from 11,400 to 11,000, but not below 11,000, still the buyer will lose the money. And whereas the seller will lose the money only if the market falls below 11,000. So therefore, the probability of winning the game is very high for option seller. So that is number 1. Number 2, if there is an option buyer, he takes a view that market will fall. He buys the put option, but contrary to his view, if the market is going up, he cannot do anything. He has to put a stop loss and come out, or he will lose the entire money. Whereas option seller has many ways of hedging his portfolio. Suppose an option seller think market will not fall below 11,000. He sold the put option, but market is falling. So he can sell one call option to manage that, or he can go short in future. So in addition to putting the stop loss, he has got many other ways of managing. An option buyer has no other way of managing.
The volume weighted average price, it's useful on any time frame. You can go back to a 5-year chart, put it on a weekly chart, not every single time, but if you connect certain highs and lows, you'll see there are certain times where it did halt almost to the penny on even a 5-year chart going back with weekly candles. On a 1-day chart, I see it all the time as significant. Over the last 10 days, the swing highs and lows. So it is, to me, a very simple way of saying who's in control since that last peak, going back to documentum. From here, where did the buyers regain control? They shifted back to control right in here. So we get involved there and say, I want to go with the winning team. They have the ball. The buyers are in control. But what if they lose it? What if they fumble? How do I get out? Well, that's what we have a stop for. And we say, we'll put our stop under the most recent and relevant significant high or low. So for whatever your time frame is, that could have been 3 weeks ago, 3 hours ago, 45 minutes ago if you're a day trader. But that's how you want to set your stop. So the volume weighted average price and the direction of it, it tells us, again, going back to the documentum here on the right, you can see where the buyers and sellers were battling it out in between those red and purple volume weighted average price levels. And then the buyers take control. That's where we can say the buyers are in control. There's no doubt about it. This is where I get involved. Can I manage risk and then raise my stops along the way?